Ninja.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Caffeine and Sensu Beans podcast, where we take a look at movies from the Dragon Ball series. We review them, we give our opinions, and we say whether we like them or did not like them. I'm joined by the usual suspects, Chiween and Blessin. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
All right. Sorry, I just took a bite of food.
No, go ahead. I mean, you got to get your breakfast in.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just enjoying the weekend.
Good.
Dope. I'm good too. Snap. I was gonna say something, I forgot. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good. I'm good. Doing well. Watched the movie His House. I don't know if any of you have heard it or heard of it. It's on Netflix. It just came out. It felt fitting because yesterday was Halloween. Watched it. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Pretty solid movie. Would recommend if you guys are into scary movies. Watched it at night, of course, and then went to sleep and had nightmares. Not about the movie, but about the foot champs that I was going to have to endure the next day when I woke up.
This morning, those nightmares.
They came to fruition. Yeah, they became a reality.
And of course, it drags me in.
Yeah.
Apparently,
because you watched
no
the
prisoners.
movie too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm doing well, except for my jaw. I'm Chewing, as you know, we play soccer every Saturday, and I took one to the face yesterday, and
full force,
and my jaw felt like it came undone after the hit. And so during yesterday, it was just it felt super tight, and it feels better now, but I don't know. The nurse yesterday said I should get it looked at, so have a virtual appointment today.
it was getting a little spicy out there yesterday. It was getting a little spicy out there. There was a team that was being undone in the middle of the game, so it was unraveling.
Dude. All right, dog. We got a Sergio Ramos on the team. All right. And he starts going at it with me, and I go at it with him, and he goes at it with Chiween, who's the neutral guy, and then he goes at it with Henderson, which is our other friend, and he's just going at it with everyone, dude. So, I mean, we won in the end, but yeah, you know how it gets sometimes. That boy, the boy voicing his authority.
Yeah. So it was getting a little spicy out there.
But dude, bless we're playing what theoretically should be a small field because we're not in soccer shape, and it's not the same to be in regular human shape than to be in soccer shape, dude. Okay. And this man sets up the field like, all right, no, because I set it up first, and he's like, no, it's too short. So he elongates it, dog. And dude, I'm like, all right, whatever.
Huge.
Like
it's
huge.
Dude,
I hit the first sprint. I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna die, dude. And then Chiween tried to be a good Samaritan and play with the mask on, looking sick. And then he does a sprint as well. He's like, fuck this, dude. And he takes his mask off, dude. And I was like, yeah, no, we're not gonna be able to do this. I was dead, bro. I was dead by the end of the first game. And the guys we played against, technically, they weren't better than us, but they were more fit. They were super fit, like just kept running, dude. And they were able to stay in the game with us because of that.
Yeah, they're like in crazy shape. Like they like at one point, like we were like, oh, let's take a break. And one of the dudes was like, Yeah,
A
sure.
break.
Let's
Yeah, kind of like a break.
Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not even tired yet.
Dude.
It was funny, man. That's so funny.
Yeah,
Big ass
it was
field
funny.
for a 3-on-3.
Big ass field, dude. But yeah, I woke up a little sore. How are you, chewing?
Yeah, a little bit, a little sore. Yeah, a little sore.
Yeah. Oh, and my man who listens to the podcast, by the way. So,
Oh, you
our
think I know what
other
I'm talking
boy,
about?
yeah. So he was shouting out his stats yesterday when he was getting into it with us, and then he comes at me. He's like, hey, I don't see you scoring. I'm like, dude, I got more goals. Only Henderson has more goals than me. And he's like, but you're not scoring right now. It was just, you know how it is.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
It was good stuff.
yeah, he was getting on me because I wasn't running, and I'm like, yeah, dog, because the field's like a mile, dog, and I'm out of shape, dude. Like what? That ain't it, man.
And she wins the neutral, dude. That means he plays offense on both teams. He doesn't actually play defense on any team.
Yeah, that was funny,
yeah.
man. Shout out to you, brother, for hearing.
Shout out to the big boy Barb, big boy Zarb, the silverback.
He was the one wrecking havoc, huh?
Yeah, that was him.
I was gonna say, how come I didn't hear his name? So this
No,
whole story was
We're
him.
talking about him.
Classic. Classic.
It was him.
I was waiting for him to make an appearance.
Sergio Ramos was there.
Yeah, bro.
He grew his hair out.
Nah, he came. He was flexing on us though. He brought the new cleats, the neon ones for the game.
And like 50 balls.
Dude, we had so many balls. It was nuts. I looked when we threw them out. I'm like, wait, why do we have so many fucking balls?
They just kept going.
Dude, because Henderson comes with the big ass bag of balls, right? And then I see my boy Barbs just bringing also another big ass bag of balls, and he's like, it's the team I coach. And then he's like, but it was fun. It was fun. So it was a good time. So, all right, enough about that. Let's get into this movie. Chewing, I know you promised the listeners and myself, and Blessed as well, that we would be reviewing Fusion Reborn. To my disappointment, that was not the case. Elaborate a little bit on this.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it is falling on me. But it is. I mean, they took it down. It was on YouTube, and then they took it down. So as of right now, listeners, like we're having to watch the movies, the ones that we have access to, and then we're gonna figure out how to watch the other ones that we don't necessarily have access to. But they took it down, and I had just saw it last week, like the actual piece. So they took it down, and we had to pivot midweek. And the pivot led us to Fusion 13.
Yes,
the Android movie. So that is what we watched this week. But next week we will watch Fusion Reborn though, because we figured out something we can do.
Yeah. For those that don't know, our viewing source is YouTube. So we take what we can get. And last week we got Bardock, and it had a few edited scenes, a few additions to the movie that maybe weren't in the original, and we roll with it. So this week, Fusion 13. One word to sum up the movie. Chewin, I'll start with you.
Lazy. That's my
Blessed.
Solid.
Yeah, I'll go unadventurous. Chewin, lazy. That's based on what Bless and I talked about yesterday, and you as well. He was reading some of the reviews. There are a lot of solid, good reviews. So to hear you say lazy, it may or may not be going against the grain. So go ahead and elaborate on that.
Yeah, no, I think I despised this movie. This movie sucked. I was sitting there.
Well, I think you could have used the word trash then.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, but the reason that I say lazy,
definitely undersold his feelings.
Like lazy in the sense that there's no plot. There's no plot.
Wow.
There's no plot. Like,
You're
and
gonna
and if
hold
there's like a
on.
little bit of a strain of a plot, it's like very minimal, and it's like super like far-fetched. Like, it's like the plot is very small, you know what I'm saying? And like it is just, so that's why I say lazy, because they just relied on the fighting, and even the fighting I didn't think was good. Like, it was just, to me it just felt really lazy. And maybe it just speaks to the time that it also was released as well, because maybe, I'm not watching it in the 90s when it was released,
Real time. Yeah.
right? So I'm watching it 20 something years when I've already seen what Goku has become.
Yeah. And you have yeah, exactly. You have a more sophisticated cinematic palette where you can identify true works of art.
Yeah,
And yeah,
so
maybe this doesn't. Yeah, I understand. I felt a little bit like that too, in the sense that it felt very unadventurous. It felt kind of. I think I actually kind of enjoyed the fight scenes. Um, uh, but the thing is, like you said, there's not much of a story there, and if there is a story, it's like I said, a little unadventurous because it's talking about killing Goku, and we've heard that many times, many times, and it almost followed the I know we all watched the Broly movie, the DBS Broly movie, which I enjoyed. I thought it was better, but the it followed that template to a degree where like the climax of the movie, or actually the focus of the movie, was the fight and not a story. And so um it didn't feel like Fusion 13 was pretty cool. Like there was a character there, I thought, but like he was created by a computer or released by a computer to destroy Goku. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? It was a little, like you said, lazy in my opinion. But and this is the thing, like one of my knocks on uh Dragon Ball Super is they're not willing to test boundaries, like to try something different. You know, they kind of stick to a formula, which is we have strong characters, introduce a villain, make them stronger. And that's okay up to a certain point. Um, but you gotta throw in a little spice in there once in a while. Like you know. Um, and I'll elaborate a little bit more on that. But Bless, you said it was solid. So go ahead, elaborate on that.
I mean, it's pretty. Dr. Gero gets killed by his own androids.
Mm-hmm.
That computer is programmed to be Dr. Gero before he died. So Dr. Gero's obsession was to kill Goku.
This is true.
So it was just a continuation from the android saga. Finish off Dr. Gero. Like that way, that's one of the most important villains at the time. Finish off his story. Like how did he completely, that's how I felt that story was. That was the plot. It was just a continuation of the androids. They all wanted to kill Goku. I thought it was cool. I just feel like, I mean, I guess this is what a Dragon Ball Z movie is. It was short. The story was, straight to the point. Like the dude, they're just trying to kill him. They had a little humor in it, which I appreciated. They put him in real time. He's eating with Chi-Chi and Gohan.
Yeah.
And the Terminators come through, just wrecking havoc.
I
thought it was a good movie. I don't know. Because if you guys thought this was bad, then there's gonna be a long road for you.
We're in for a treat.
Yeah, there's gonna be a long road for you. This series is gonna be a long road for you.
Yeah. I mean, and like
that's why I said last week of like worried. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm worried that's the peak. You know what I'm saying? Bardock is
I actually thought this was better than Bardock. Me personally.
Interesting.
For real?
I thought this was better than Bardock.
How?
Because this is a Dragon Ball Z movie. It's what it's supposed to be. It's all what Dragon Ball Z has always been. There's never been a story to Dragon Ball Z. Barely. It's always been about fighting. Like, if you guys are expecting one of these movies to have a deep plot, not going to happen. Not Fusion Reborn doesn't have it. Bio Broly doesn't have it. None of these movies have a deep plot.
The Tapion one is a little different. But yeah.
Dragon Ball Super, the Super movie does not have a deep plot. So it's just like these movies, like, their action, that action base. I got what I wanted. I want to see a little fighting. They threw in good. I love that they always give my boy Vegeta a great entrance, great punchline.
And they had the song.
And then yes, I'm like, all right. So these are all points in
They
the
hit all the
right
check boxes.
direction. And I mean, I thought it was. I liked it. I mean, I knew what to expect. Like, this is what Dragon Ball Z is. It's always been like this. It's short, very little plot, straight fighting. Goku's normally going to be the one that they're always going after. I like that they incorporated Trunks, though, that they kept him around.
Yeah, Trunks. I like. Yeah,
So that was cool. I mean, I just think the fighting was. It was cool, but it was just. I feel like the Super Saiyan was underwhelming, for what those androids were. But it was cool. I do think they gave my boy Vegeta the best line when he was like, I'm not gonna let some junkyard robot trash be the one to end you. I'm like, there you go.
he's always got something, dude. He's always got a good line in his back pocket. And one of the things kind of like, yeah, you touched on it. Yeah, the story isn't necessarily always the deepest, but I think like we've seen instances where it has been. I thought the Frieza one was good, like the Frieza story in the Dragon Ball Z anime. Where every character in that story, in that part of the series, has a reason to be there, right? Vegeta, obviously, he wants the Dragon Balls, but he comes against Frieza, who's obviously destroyed his his planet, and he wants to avenge them. And his goal is to kill Frieza because to avenge his planet and his race. Piccolo, because Piccolo goes back to his home planet, and Frieza is destroying them.
So pretty much is Frieza just wrecks everyone. Everyone hates Frieza. That's the plot.
What? But it's not. I mean, yes, you could break it probably down that simple, but I think like there's layers to the plot.
Like, for instance,
you have an investment, or you have like some sort of like exposition or some sort of explanation as to why they're there. Does that make any sense? Like,
yeah, for instance, in Piccolo's case in this movie, I don't know why he showed up. Really, he showed up. He had a pretty cool entrance, and then he went and tried to fight Android 13, and he was pushed off to the side, and he was nothing.
yeah.
It felt a little like an elongated episode or two episodes put together of a Dragon Ball Z movie. But like Chewing said, maybe it's the times, when this movie was made, they weren't looking to, they probably thought, only a few people are going to watch this because Dragon Ball Z is not as big as it is now, or it wasn't as big then as it is now. And so they're like, let's just give them something, something to maybe entertain them for some time. But yeah, I felt like I liked that Trunks was there, and I get why he's there. Like, in terms of the story, it's because his link to the androids and how the androids have decimated his life, and his reality. So having him there is like, it's got a nice, it's a nice touch. But then, Krillin and Gohan. Yeah, Gohan's okay. Krillin is there for comic relief, but again, I feel like some of these characters, really, you needed Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku, and I think they could have taken care of business. And Piccolo is, there's no reason for him to be there. And so, yeah, I felt like they don't like, especially with the movie being kind of,
they're just assuming that we're okay with just assuming these guys sense something's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, something's going on. I'm gonna head over there.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that's hella weird though, because the movie opens up with the two dudes like just destroying mayhem, but Goku doesn't sense that somehow.
Because he says he can't sense them because they're androids.
Oh, okay, but no
But
one's hearing the
I'm talking about like
explosions?
Piccolo sensing Goku's in distress and Trunk in distress. Same with Vegeta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you see,
That's what I'm
I can
saying. They
understand
just
that from
show up out of
Piccolo's
nowhere.
point. I can understand that from Piccolo's point because Piccolo's point, to me, his role is to always come in and save Gohan. Like that
Yeah,
is
I was
that's
gonna say
that
he sends
it's this
Gohan
is only
control. He's
role
I'm out. I'm
in this
out.
thing.
I'm
Yeah,
out.
and I'm done. I saved the
Say
kid and
less.
stuff.
Say less.
He's been reduced to
Yeah.
Babysitter.
the babysitter,
And
and I mean it's sad, but that's kind of what they do with him in this film, and I think they do that for them for a lot.
I mean,
Even in
everyone has
Super.
I mean, if in this movie though, everyone has their little part. They play their little role. You know, everyone has to do their part in this fight. You know, to set up Goku. So I appreciated that.
yeah, they all,
Yeah.
you know, add
Well,
their 2 cents.
I think in Mexico or in Spanish, I think this movie's called the Tres Saiyajins or whatever. So the movie is about the three Saiyans. So it is
That's what I'm
about
saying. It's very
yeah.
underwhelming though.
So it is about them.
Right, like the Trunks, the Goku, and Vegeta,
Correct.
the 3 Super Saiyans,
Mhm.
which they could have. I think they could have done a better job. Like when it comes down to fighting, I mean, they've done some great stuff, you know, with the like Gohan versus Cell, so or Goku versus Free. Like they have it, Vegeta versus Goku, they have it in their back pocket. But yeah, I don't know, man. It felt maybe it was too short, you know, and it doesn't give them enough time to actually develop something. Um, but yeah, I felt like there's stories there. I obviously, and you're right, blessed. Dr. Gero, you know, he wants to kill the Red Ribbon Army. He wants to kill Goku, and that stems from the Dragon Ball series. You know, so um, you know they want to kill Goku, and Dr. Gero is part of the Red Ribbon Army, and they want to kill Goku. So that makes sense. Um, but yeah, man, there was something there. I think, especially, I thought Android 13 had all the makings of a cool character.
Yeah.
You know,
The redneck.
the redneck.
Yeah. I'm like, how does he have
Yeah,
a redneck accent?
I know. And Android decided to just be a redneck. Uh, but like, you know, he
He's
wasn't
eating his beer
really.
cannon as he was good.
Yeah, and a truck. But he wasn't really developed. You know, I felt like, and maybe this is talks to a larger point of Dragon Ball storytelling, where certain characters, they just don't get fleshed out. Like you talked about Piccolo earlier. Dude, Piccolo has been reduced to a pathetic shell of himself. Um,
Power
it's very
creep was real.
huh?
The power
The
creep was
power
real
creep
on
was
that
very
man.
real with him. I mean, let's think back to
Made the
when
beast.
exactly when he
Took
was a
out
beast
Raditz.
and
Took
took
out
you
Raditz.
up,
Yeah.
and then he gets reduced to, when they're fighting Majin Buu, to taking Trunks and Goten away. Like, are we not? Do you not see the subliminal message here, Piccolo? That Vegeta doesn't want you here because you're more of a liability than an asset. He tells them, like, take the boys away, and you know, instead of saying like, "No, we can
Here,
fight
give these to
together."
Krillin. Like he's now in
Yeah,
Krillin's
exactly.
crew.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
he's now in Krillin's crew, bro.
What's the point of having Piccolo on the series now? Besides, like, he comes in and he just saves Gohan one time, then maybe he dies, maybe he doesn't.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Or he like trains him somehow to do something. And it's like, well, then it questions really why Gohan would even listen to him. Because I'm like, why should I
yeah,
listen
dude,
to you? You haven't
you can
gained
body
anything.
him at any time.
Yeah, you haven't gained anything. So why should I listen to you?
Yeah, dude. Um, and you watch Super out of all three of us. You know, you were the most recent. You've watched Super the most recent out of all three of us. Um, or more recently.
I've never watched a full episode.
You've never watched the full episode? Well, you're not missing out on much.
Yeah, you're not missing out on
I
much,
mean,
dude. It's not. Two of the arcs are movies, so we're gonna see them anyways. So you're gonna be caught up with half of the show. Resurrection
Which
F,
ones are
and
those?
then it's the Gods of Destruction one.
yeah.
Those are essentially they
Have you guys seen those?
split the movies into just episodes, and they tweak some things. So
Yeah.
so 2 of the arcs are movies. So you'll see half of the show.
Yeah, in
You'll
the
see
movie.
half of the show.
Yeah. But you saw. Tell us how Piccolo was, dude, in Super. What was he? How was he
Right next to Krillin.
looking?
I mean, the only 2 things I can remember is when Frieza comes with his squad and Gohan has the green track jacket. He doesn't really do much there. And then he trains him for that last tournament, right? Like he shows him a couple of new moves. I mean, which I don't think that it's a horrible role, right? That he's become kind of like a sensei or like a master or, saying, I don't think it's a bad role. I think it gets problematic for me as a Piccolo fan that like we're still lying to ourselves that he's going to add anything to a fight with a big villain. I'd rather him just like accept his role. He's the sensei. He doesn't need to go out there anymore. He's above that now. You know what I'm saying? Or just give him a new power. Maybe he turns like Super Namekian 2 or something like that. But like something, because he hasn't upgraded in ages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
He's amazing.
Yeah, for someone who trains as hard as he does,
yeah,
like,
bro.
no progression. No progression.
Yeah.
And it's still waiting for Raditz to come back. He's like, watch when Raditz comes back, though.
Yeah, dude,
I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, he's got to take that suit off, bro. You're not a warrior anymore. You're like you said, you're a sensei.
Oh.
You're a sensei. Put something else on that represents that, hey, when
You're
the villain
sage.
sees you, the villain
You're an
sees you, he's like,
elder.
okay.
Yeah, you're an elder
He's not
now.
going to fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put some attire on that says, I'm not here to fight you. I'm just here as a sensei when the villain sees you, dude, because that's what he's been relegated to, and that's
kind of the role he plays in this one, right? Like he's been relegated
that's the
just
role
to that.
That's the role he plays in this one, dude. And I mean, one of the most.
I mean, it's pretty much his role after he killed Raditz, right? All right, man. It's enough
Well,
of you.
In the Frieza saga, he had more of a role, right? Like it was about his people. It was about like he was kind of at the center or close to the center, like of the plot. Like it's his people. He's coming back. He's gonna, he's bringing back the squad to support him.
He's the strongest Namekian there is. There's a reason for him to go to Namek, like not only to save Gohan, but then that's his home planet, and he puts up a fight, and he's a regeneration character. Like he shouldn't be getting annihilated by a blast. He should be growing back an arm immediately.
I've only seen him grow back at just arms.
Yeah.
For some reason, that man likes to get his arms sliced off.
Dude. Like,
he didn't even do that in this film, huh? He didn't do any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
He just grabbed onto some legs and was like, let's hold on. I got you.
Oh man.
But watching this movie though, I clearly see where Legends got all of those character moves from.
Oh yeah.
The blue transforming Vegeta, the purple transforming Trunks, the green Goku, Super Android 13. Like on his ult when he comes off and starts throwing haymakers, that's when he's taking Goku under town. I'm like, damn, they really focus on this film. They literally just translated the moves from the movies to the game.
They do a good job with that, dude. I mean, we talked about Legends doing a good job with the whole, like, they add the right touches. You can tell they're fans of the show.
Yeah.
And they put effort into
based off their last episode, they know how to play the game. I give them that.
Yeah. Well, even the 2 androids in the beginning, like when you hit their green card, it does a little like circle in the eye. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They do that in the film. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. I wish those are 2 characters that I wish. I think there's just an example of like not putting any emphasis on their character building, that they have the potential to be like somewhat cool. Like I like the little guy with the hat. Like he was out there sipping. Yeah. Like he was just like very little. Like,
to his step.
Yeah, he had a little swag and the little gangster walk that he was walking in. I'm like, okay, I see you, boy. And then they don't even allow them to talk. Like the big dude, he doesn't even talk. And I think that's why 13 is like somewhat,
more colorful,
redeemable, is because he talks.
He's like the Paul Heyman to the Brock Lesnar, or what? He's the voice of these guys. They're like, this guy can't talk. You get him off the mic. Don't put this.
Yeah.
But I
So
think what we're gonna run into, a lot during these movies is they don't develop on the characters outside of the main, like Goku, Vegeta,
yeah.
those people like easily could have elaborated on
Should
these
they?
two. Why not? I mean, they're already in the movie.
I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the
I mean, if
point
you
of
guys
these
want
movies.
layers.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's the point. Like, that's the whole point of these movies and specials is for you to
Well, that's what
add.
I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna make a movie and not uh, add anything to the character, then why did you put them in the movie?
Yeah.
Like what? Like I feel like honestly, when I watched this movie, and granted I liked it, I literally just thought you could slide this in another episode of the Android series, in the Android saga. You could have
Right.
just slid it in somewhere.
It
And
might have been
would've-
better placed there.
Yeah, like that's what I felt like. Like this just felt like literally a continuation of the series. Like if you would just slid it in as one of the episodes, you wouldn't have told the difference because one, it's short. They don't elaborate on any of the characters. Like you would just think it's an episode. You're just supposed to be okay with Piccolo showing up, Vegeta showing up.
Yeah.
They just show up. They don't explain how or why they're there, but they're there.
And this is.
And
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's just I think the director, them just assuming that us as fans are going to accept that we know that they can do that. Like Gohan's in trouble, Piccolo showing up.
And that's
Someone
why I
trying to
say it's
take out
lazy,
Goku
bro.
before Vegeta? No. I don't think so. I'll be there.
Well, this is okay. Then this is one of the reasons why I like the BoJack movie, because I feel they actually go out of their way, one, to not use, like, if you're gonna use Goku as a main character, I mean, obviously he's the main character, but if you're gonna use him as your kind of focal point of the movie, you gotta spice it up somehow. But if you're not, which they don't in BoJack, it has, like, I think, and I don't want to like sell you guys too much on it and tell you this right here got robbed of an Oscar.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, dude.
Like this is great for the Dragon Ball series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is a top tier Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah, exactly. I want to make sure we keep it all within context. But there's obviously Trunks is a big part of the movie, Gohan, but like there's a point Piccolo is no longer, he's not even, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but he's not even used in this movie. Like the way Chiwin said earlier, like how he's kind of the guy who comes in, saves Gohan, and then all right, get out of here.
Well, because I think Gohan was supposedly the man at this time, right?
He was that dude, yeah. But there's a piece where Gohan is in a lot of trouble, right?
Or Piccolo would have been clutch.
Piccolo would have been
Where's
perfect.
the senses at here, guys? We're not sensing this boy's in trouble.
But here's Goku's dead in this movie, just so you guys know. I mean, that's not a spoiler. He's dead in the movie.
Well, I haven't seen
and-
it, so I feel like I'm getting the recap right now.
Okay, so he's dead in the movie, but there's a point in the
reviews.
movie that I like, and it's when I mean, I guess I won't spoil it for you, but it's it gives, so Vegeta in this movie comes out of nowhere, and granted, I like how he shows up.
Fusion?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Fusion 13. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like how he shows up, but I didn't even know Vegeta was in the movie until he comes out of a glacier, right? Like, and he's just like,
he's a hell of an entrance. And they had to, once they put his song, I was like, okay,
he's going to work.
Yeah, I'm sold.
Yeah, bro, someone's dying. Yeah.
Or he's gonna almost take him out and then miss at the end.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wait, see, but one thing I will say this: at least they had them actually be able to take out. Was it the coolest way to take him out? Probably not. But at least they were able to actually take out two of the villains. What also they missed on is Goku normally needs quite a bit of time to charge up that spirit bomb. Yeah. They should have, since the movie is titled The Three Super Saiyans, they should have had Trunks and Vegeta transform and dance with Android 13.
Wow,
he does. Yeah, like a good, I'm talking like good fight scene where.
Exactly.
Because the thing that I hate is like they clearly see they can't damage this dude with hands, right?
Right.
Vegeta tries, they try. But instead of saying, all right, maybe we should take them on 2-on-1. Now let's keep going one at a time.
Yeah.
Keep going
You
one
take
at a
your
time.
shot, then I'll take my
Let's
shot.
keep getting our ass kicked. Then the next one. No, you go. Okay, now you go.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's the thing. I don't understand the title of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the title of the movie, I think, is what for
It's
me
misleading.
like Trunks barely holds the Super Saiyan for long enough.
And then the sword breaks on the man.
But he
Bro,
was
what's
able to
that sword
slice
made?
that boy.
What's
Yeah.
that sword
14.
made out of, dog?
Yeah, he slices 14.
I don't
14's
get
able
why
to catch it the first time, but then it splits him in half.
I don't understand
So
why didn't they just turn Super Saiyan from the jump? Like I'm like, why are you fighting them in base form? Like that's dumb.
I think they should
Quality.
explain that. I think it should be because, you know what? They can't just go Super Saiyan because it drains too much of their energy. That to me would be, at least it would give me a reason. I would see like, okay, I see why you can't turn.
Or why can't they hold it?
Yeah, they can't hold it for that long.
Like,
or
the Trunks
something
has
like
to
that.
literally give everything he got for like 5 seconds of transformation to slice the dude, and that's it. But yet, this was like the first Super Saiyan outside of Goku.
Yep. But
And
you said something that was good. Blessed. You talked about every kind of main character. Of course, Krillin and Gohan and Piccolo, they're fodder in this movie. But Trunks and Vegeta, and Goku, they all have one guy they can take out, you know, that they're fighting. And I hope that I would like that to be incorporated more into the Dragon Ball series. And we've seen that with
like
other
individual one-on-one fights.
Yeah, that make it like, okay, we know Trunks is never going to be stronger than Goku. That's okay. Like if Trunks has his own battles the way he did with the androids, like we will still be immersed in that. I don't like, and I'll draw a really, quick comparison to Naruto, where Kakashi will never be like Sasuke and Naruto in terms of like strength and power, chakra. But when he has that fight with Obito, that's a great fight right there, and it's very captivating, and it kind of, that's what I'm saying, like it gives everyone
I feel like you've been spoiled by Naruto, bro, and their stories and plots.
What's that?
I feel like you've been spoiled by Naruto and their deep stories and plots and all that.
Yeah.
You don't need none of that in Dragon Ball, bro. Just fight.
They don't need any of that, dude. No, but it's true. Like, dude, give Piccolo a real character he can defeat. It doesn't have to be the equivalent of Madara, the Sage of Six Paths. You know what I'm saying? Like, which Jiwin is
or
the
why
most
not a
insane
character
dude.
that fights, that's able to that Piccolo, Krillin, and Gohan fight?
Yeah, someone that they can take out. Give them
As a
a
team.
reason to be there. Because if not, like Jiwin said, dude,
Gohan just put himself in danger for no reason.
yeah,
Like,
and
they
here comes
literally
Piccolo.
could have just stayed back at the city. Like they literally,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
they literally could
I
have just
think when
stayed
he
back.
came in, they were like, "Bro, we really didn't need you."
We didn't
Well,
need
now
it.
that-
I'm
Krillin,
like,
you got your shots in. I'm like, oh my god, bro.
no,
I thought
dude,
we're just trying to make this guy feel good.
Yeah, what did y'all think about his comic relief? I mean, he's just in here just for comic relief. Did y'all think he was funny?
I think he fulfilled his purpose fine. I mean, it's a weak purpose because he doesn't have a choice, but I thought he did a good job. He was funny.
Yeah, he's also another
He's
one
quirky.
who's been reduced. He's been reduced to the Yajirobe role. Yajirobe played it sick though. His made a lot more like, no one sees Yajirobe and is intimidated by him. Like no one. I mean, at least Krillin can fly. He can do the Kamehameha. He can do the Destructo Disc, the Solar Flare. He's got a few things in his locker. But Yajirobe, he's on the heavier side. He can only walk and kind of run. And then he has a sword with him.
And he's tall.
So he's
Great
the
genetics.
insane genetics. So, and when they're on the battlefield, when Goku and Vegeta are going at it, this is in the actual anime, and Yajirobe's there scared, shitless, because he's been, somehow this is where he's ended up, on the most brutal battlefield where he does not want to be at all, and he's here and he's hiding behind a rock, dude. And then and he's just shitting himself the whole time. And when finally Vegeta turns, into the Great Ape, Yajirobe is like, I gotta do it. And he whips out the sword, dude. The most pathetic character in the series, right? And he goes flying for it, and he slices off Vegeta's tail, dude. And it worked, like, because
it moved the plot forward. Like,
right.
Yeah, and they didn't give him anything out of the ordinary, no abnormal gift. He literally uses the only weapon he has.
Yeah.
And they didn't put it where it's like unrealistic because Vegeta was distracted as fuck with Goku. And he's not worried about what Yajirobe's doing. Like, you're right. They should, like, that's the one thing I think that this movie is just one. I don't know if Dragon Ball Z just gives themselves some insane time limit where, like, we cannot go past 50 minutes.
No way.
Not go past 50 minutes. Like, so, they kind of they handcuff themselves, like they handicap themselves with how deep they can make these characters. And Kick, you asked earlier when we brought up, should they elaborate on these characters? Then why give them personalities? Why give them a voice? Why even give them anything if like, leave them just like 14. They just let them be killing machines. If you're not going to elaborate on them, just
leave them without any words and just let them just fight. If that's
that
to me is like that's what I kind of get out of this is like, okay, I don't think that they expect the Dragon Ball Z fan to like look to plots, how you said, right? Like, it's like that's not what the larger fandom wants, but to me, I think it's almost insulting my intelligence of like, oh, you think that this little thing is going to explain this whole movie, which is what Dr. Jiro's machine, and that's going to just carry the whole film. And to me, I'm not
computer.
And I'm not saying I'm looking for a Christopher Nolan, like, Martin Scorsese like film. I'm not coming in here with like, okay, they're about to
give me another Bardock.
Crazy. But just like, yeah, dude, like some intention of like explaining people, like at least something, you know what I'm saying? Like let them play out, because
the fact that you hear Vegeta, the man's voice,
like, even Vegeta, like even I would even question him why he's there. Like, the only reason he's there is because he's like, I don't want you to kill Goku because I want to do that. That's not a good enough reason for me.
Yeah, like, he straight up said, "I'm not here because of the goodness of my heart."
Yeah, I'm here because
at least he's true to his character.
At least he's keeping it 100.
But it's like, that to me doesn't make any sense. And he comes out of nowhere, and it's like, you're just
like,
it's like there's literally no reason for him to be there. Like, I'm having a hard time right now thinking of why anybody should be there other than Goku. I literally have no reason.
At least Trunks was there with them. I give my boy Trunks. He didn't run. He's like, let's do this, Goku. Even though Goku's like, get out of here. He's like, nah, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
I wrote this in my notes too. I'm like, I don't even know why he's here. I don't know why Trunks is there. Like, they didn't explain it. I mean, I get it, but again, it goes back to that.
I'm telling you, it's just a continuation of the Android saga. Like, we're just supposed to be okay with him being there.
And that's what I'm saying. Of like, there's not even an attempt to just like.
There's no explanation.
There's no explanation as to why Trunks is there. Because I even wrote it in my notes. I'm like, why is he here again? And it's like, I get it.
The fact that you hear the guy's voice like it's episodes of Dragon Ball.
And you only hear him once.
I'm like, I'm telling you, bro, just slide this movie in one of the episodes and you won't even know the difference, bro. Nobody would have known the difference. And that's what I'm saying is like, for this being a movie, it really could have just been an episode. There was nothing special about this movie that makes it stand out to be for Fusion Reborn, you get a fusion that you never see before. Mm-hmm. And you get Goku's, he absorbs the spirit bomb, which is cool. But it was anticlimactic the way he fights him. He just
he's getting bodied and then he annihilates him with one punch.
Yeah, like I said, like for it being that thing to me is like, why do you call this movie the 3 Super Saiyans? Like why? I want to know what like, because all 3 of them go Super Saiyan. Okay.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
We've seen that all in the series.
Right.
So we saw that already in the series. Like, why does this movie need to be titled the 3 Super Saiyans? Uh-huh. And I felt like the best way to have what they could have really done to save this, instead of having Vegeta go get handled by him, and then Trunks goes and gets handled, they should have let them both transform, made a good 5 to 7 minute fight scene. Because I feel like they let Goku power up that spirit bomb that thing
quick. Where was this against Frieza?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh God, that was like
that's what I'm saying. Inconsistent. Frieza against Frieza, he needed 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Here within a couple of minutes, like that
Piccolo
thing is ready
was getting
to go.
Bodied by Frieza to just help him.
Like this one, that's what I'm saying. Like, for such a powerful character that Super Android 13 was, where his man can't even take damage by physical attacks, very anticlimactic way to have him taken out. Like, they should have had all three of them have to have really put in work on him.
And since when does Goku absorb the spirit bomb? Like, when does he learn that skill?
He only does that in this one. This is the only one that he ever did it in.
Well, at that point, like,
I think they wanted
the movie's gone off the rails.
Yeah, they didn't want another spirit bomb, normal spirit bomb ending, because like this shit charged up way too quick.
Yeah,
there's gonna be way too many holes being poked through the series now.
Well, that's what I wrote to in my notes. I'm like, dog, when did he learn how to absorb this? And like, how is this even like? He's now it just now become like a super punch of the spirit bomb.
He cannot exactly. And another thing is he can't do the spirit bomb while he's a Super Saiyan, because
is that what he did in this film?
Yeah, that's what he does. And actually, if you hear Krillin, he says that at one point. He's like, he did it. He's like, even as a Super Saiyan, it means he's pure. But in the series, he can never actually do it, because when he's a Super Saiyan,
Krillin still has that much conscience to, comment about that.
He's got a lot of confidence in this movie also.
Still trying to find a girl.
Yeah, he's got a lot of swag, dude.
What's cool though is how they're like all perverts in the beginning. 6 hours.
6 hours.
They were the only one in line, and nobody at one point thought, dude, no one else has shown up in the last 4 hours. Let's sit here 2 more hours.
At hour 2, you guys probably should have started questioning, like, where's everyone else at? But they decided to go another 4 hours waiting there. Oh man. But yeah, Goku's not supposed to be able to do use the spirit bomb when he's a Super Saiyan or anything that's not his base.
The rules for him.
Yeah, they're bending the rules. They're like, well, we got
the rules don't apply to him,
Yeah. And that's why if you look in the series, like, he can never actually I mean, at Super, they're like, fuck it, we're running out of moves. Just let him do it when he's able to do the spirit bomb as a Super Saiyan God. But he technically cannot do the spirit bomb unless he's in base form, because once he's like a Super Saiyan, obviously that releases his like actual dormant Saiyan, and everyone knows how Saiyans are. And so, but I mean, at this point, they were just like, let's just end this shit. One punch, get it out of here. We're almost at the 50-minute mark. It's
also like, how many of these movies are going to end with a spirit bomb? Like, I want to start up a spirit bomb counter of how many times they're going to end it. It's just like, it's become so like, I want to say cliche, I guess, at some points, right? Where it's just like, this is the way that they end the villain usually.
Good question. That's a good question.
And I think that's why maybe this film tried to do it a little differently, because like, well, we're trying to be a little different.
Yeah.
And
and also what it comes down to, maybe Goku doesn't need to be the one finishing the bad guy.
Yeah, what would be wrong with that?
Can we get a final Flash that finally connects? Does this job? You know what I'm saying? Like, what a great move, and it's literally just been a waste. Just a blast of energy. Literally just blasts of energy.
That misses.
Just like, why? Like, you guys are worried about moves. Why don't you give the other guys that are already in the series that apparently have never defeated anyone, because Goku is just the man. Like, this movie could have easily been one of those guys, someone else. Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
go ahead. Nah, I know you're talking about Vegeta. Vegeta, obviously one of the most loved characters, and Trunks. Well, but I mean, at least Trunks finished Frieza, right, when he came back, and King Cold. That boy.
Yeah. No, that's your favorite, right?
That fool's a stud. Like, what did you do to become a king, bro? You're in the same boat as.
There's a lot of questionable kings in this show.
Yeah, dog. Like
we're just throwing that title out.
A lot of politics to get up that ranking.
You know what they say, bro? It's not about what you know; it's about who you know.
Who you know? Shit.
Apparently, that's true with those.
I need those King Cold connects, bro. Yeah. I mean, every move that Vegeta's done, why
not the father-son Gallic gun to take out Android 18?
Right.
Something that we don't see all the time, like, that's there. Like, they have so many moves that are like in Dokkan and in Legends that I don't feel they're utilized properly in the show. Like this one, the issues there. Don't want too many spirit bombs. Well, have someone else finish the fight. Let Goku get to the point where he's like, all right, I'm running out of juice right now. Like, someone else take him on. Like, have him fight like 4 or 5 guys.
Well, if
slow
it's the movie,
Goku down.
If the movie's about 3 Super Saiyans, why don't you just let all 3 Super Saiyans kill them? Like, get them.
Yeah, like a real good. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, for this that thing to me is like this title is.
It's so misleading.
This should have been a different title. Like,
it was just to get you to
Android.
click on
It
the
should have
movie
been Android
to buy
13 it. Or Android Saga Continuation as the movie.
Minute.
Something like there was really no reason for this to be titled The 3 Super Saiyan.
Yeah. No reason
like,
to exist.
How little they were in Super Saiyan and how little they actually did as Super Saiyans. Like, so this is the thing is they understood that Vegeta was in base form when he took out the little android, but he decided to go up against Super Android 13 in base form.
He was a Super Saiyan when he takes out the little Android 13.
So,
or is it 15?
14, 15.
15.
The little guy
punches his head off. And then when he goes up against 13, he's like, I'm going to take this phone base form.
I like how that fool was like sipping like a little bottle of Hennessy.
Oh, yeah, dude. He had some drink.
How random is that? I was like, how random is that?
But I like this, how he just had to get a little fuel.
Yeah. I love how they did his animation too in Legends when he dies and he's like when he flies out and shit after he gets annihilated. But you know what? I think that's probably what you just talked about, like Goku not finishing off the villain, give Vegeta,
like if you're not
give
gonna
Trunks
kill
something.
anyone off, make them all beasts. Like, let someone else get the final shot in. Like, let Vegeta be the one who finished it off. Like, he's such a hype character and he's so powerful, but it's like he's always gonna be second fiddle to Goku just because the writers just don't want to give anyone else. And then they freak out. They got to start making them moves because they're like, well, we can't just have all spirit bombs. Well, yeah, dude, you have a cast of everyone else that knows how to fight, but apparently they're not good enough to finish the fight, which is dumb because Goku would love to have people that could help him.
Dude, and I think here's the thing, right? Like, I think there's plenty of good moves, even that Goku knows, that don't get used. Like, I don't see Goku use the solar flare ever.
Or the Dragon Fist would have been a better way to kill him than the Spirit Bomb of Zord punched.
Yeah, the Dragon Fist, dude.
Well, that would have made a little bit more sense. Like, if it was going to be finished with a punch.
I will say this: they saved that for another movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, never mind, because he would have to been number 3. He would have to been. Yeah, I was going to say, never mind. We're going a little too far ahead.
It's somewhere there, but no, yeah, I agree. And I think they do that in Super. I will say that, like the Goku Black arc. Obviously Trunks is the main guy to take out Zamasu, and then even in the Tournament of Power, it's not really Goku is gonna finish Jiren, but then obviously he loses Ultra Instinct, and Goku's about to get it, and then Frieza comes out, and then Android 17 comes out, and they, it's not just Goku. It's now 17. It's Frieza. They're kind of fighting together, and it's not this. They give everyone else a little bit of a reason to be there, and they give them, some shine. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think they could easily have Vegeta. I don't think I've ever seen Vegeta finish anyone off that isn't fodder. Huh?
When he took off that boy Pui Pui?
Yeah, Pui Pui, bro. Or when he finishes Nappa in GT, and GT is not even canon, but
this movie's not canon either. It tries to, but it's not. Like
somewhat.
It tries to be.
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. It reaches. You know what I'm saying? It's like a far reach to try to fit in exactly how you're saying of like it trying to be an extension of that saga or in the episodes. Like it's trying really hard, and it's just. I mean, yeah, you could say the connection is there, but it's just I don't know. It's
not right for a movie to assume that the audience is gonna know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even like 17 and 18, they were in it, and it's like,
they get obliterated.
you know what I'm saying? For what? Like, they're like, when does this take place? Because they're still alive.
Yeah.
And they killed
Right.
Dr. Gero. So I'm
Mm.
like, when does this take place?
Was this when they took? Yeah, exactly. Right
Where
before
was
Cell
Cell?
came.
Huh?
What's that?
No, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, where was Cell?
Right. Because if you guys struggled with this dude, 13, you guys are in for a world of trouble with
With Cell
Cell. I
coming in.
mean, you're
Yeah.
gonna need another one of those spirit
Oh,
bombs.
wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Because Gohan's still tiny. He still has the mullet in this movie.
Yeah,
So this was before Cell.
it is before Cell, correct?
What I don't get though is how is it that they come back, they destroy Dr. Gero,
And then he comes back in the show.
and he's still able to make Cell with using the androids that killed him. Okay,
I mean,
I just thought about that. I didn't even think about that one. They didn't even consider any
They didn't even think
timeline.
about
They didn't
that, dude.
consider nothing in this. They're just
I
like
didn't think about that.
Android 17 and 18 kill him. How? Yeah, he's dead. He's
He's dead.
a
He's
now.
dead. He's dead.
There's now 14, 15, and then 13 for some reason is the stud.
Yeah.
Like, like I don't understand.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, you got this guy first. You got number 13, and you're like, all right, this is gonna be my stud. And then you get two more people after. So it's like, normally, don't you want to get like you want to save the stud for the end? So he would have been the highest number, but I guess not. And there's no store to them. Dr. Jerome's a computer that's activated by Dr. Jerome's own blood that drains out when he gets his heart punctured.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to put the like,
Makes
now
sense.
that-
You're putting
I'm trying
the
to
plot. You're putting the
I'm
plot
telling it to
down.
myself. I'm reading the plot out loud to myself. Wow.
It's all over the place.
It's a revelation. I'm telling you, man. The plot
see,
is
that's
a
the-
reach.
the
It's a
pro-
reach.
No,
It's
it's
a
a
real
super reach.
Yeah, the plot.
And
The
that's like
plot
I
has
said,
many
it could have been slid into an episode in the Android saga. You know,
I
like
don't even know. I don't
prequel
even know
to
where it
Cell.
fit there. I mean, that to me, you would have
Well,
had to
we would
actually
just
put
assume
some.
it fit somewhere.
You would have had to
We
actually
just
put
slid it
some
in.
intention into like the other
Some
androids.
real thought, yeah.
Yeah, to the other androids, because where do they fit? You know what I'm saying? Like 13, 14, like are they stronger or not as strong as 17 and 18? Are they like
Apparently not. I mean, I don't know what because the numbering system doesn't really seem to matter. Like they're just
Yeah.
numbered
Well, because
they're
Android
numbered.
20 is a joke.
Isn't that the little Frankenstein looking dude?
Was
Or
that
is that the
him?
clown?
Shoot, dude, I guess I'm losing it.
Isn't
Wait,
20 the Frankenstein looking guy?
yeah, the little fat guy, the fat guy.
Yeah.
Right.
That kind
Yeah,
of looks
yeah.
like Frankenstein.
No. Are you thinking about the one Vegeta goes up to and he's like has a or is that
Machine like no, that's 18, isn't it?
nah, dude?
No,
18 is blonde,
that's
bro. That's Krillin's girl.
No. Which one's 19 then? Is that 19?
Maybe 19. Shoot,
The
dude, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right
I
now.
know we just talked about them. But then again, this
no, I
comes
think
down
that
to
is 19. Yeah, that is 19 because 20 is Dr. Gero.
Oh, that's right. 20 is Dr. Gero.
But okay. But you know what, dude? Another thing, I wish they would like. I liked Android 13, dude. I liked him more than any of the other androids. He had a little swag, and I also liked 15. I feel like they could have had something there. They had like that cocky, Android 13's got that little cockiness to him that all good
I
villains
send the
have.
chief when they can't even take on the
The
Indians.
Indians. Yup. I mean, you gotta have a little bit of swag like that if you want to be a main villain, like Frieza.
I mean, they
like,
gave him the potty mouth too. So
Yup.
shout out to
Yup.
that. Dude, that's how you know it's not canon.
Yup. Yeah, they didn't give a flip. But another thing I wish they did was like make it seem like Android 14 and 15 and 13 kind of were a team. Even if they didn't necessarily all like each other, I wish they would have done that, like
A little more
made it
coordinated, a little more coordination between them.
yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly.
Well, to me, it's like, why didn't he just wait till Android 13 was ready and just send them all at the same time? They would have been able to handle Goku, boom, right then and there.
Right. Catch him while he's exactly. Because apparently Dr. Gero is a brilliant scientist, but Doesn't
He just
have a
doesn't like
great
to execute.
strategy.
He doesn't really know. Yeah, exactly. Execution is where
Where he
he has a fatal flaw at.
Yeah, exactly. I actually wish they did do a little bit more with Android 13. I think, but you know what? Androids, I don't think that we're ever gonna see them again in Super, and I don't think we should. Like,
Whoa! 17 was there.
no, I mean, I'm sorry, like a new Android. I don't think we're
Villain.
ever gonna see a new Android,
Introduces
because
him like a long lost.
Androids,
Don't give them any ideas, bro.
yeah, no, huh?
All right,
No,
wait till
because
the
the
next
thing is,
movie.
androids, they don't have backstories. They're just robots, So it's
Well,
like,
they were humans first, and were turned into androids.
But there was so what I will say to that though, Kick, is that there was a moment in this film where there is a story there. There is a story. They just don't. I mean, I hear you that I don't think they're gonna introduce it, but there is a story there. I think it was either Goku or Vegeta or somebody tells I think Android 13 of like you're just like following orders. You're just like under mind control, and like there could be a struggle there of like allowing
what
yourself to
the
be
flip?
controlled by something or someone, and like that is all you're doing, and the story can be you unfolding that, right, unveiling the
Hmm.
truth. So
Hmm.
but whether they want to get into it, I don't know, right? Like this movie
Right.
talked about it a little bit and then they just left it. They
You're
just like
right.
moving on.
Now that I think about it, like Android 18 now in real time as Super, she has a story now because she has a family,
Mm-hmm.
she has a daughter, she has a husband. She's a mother,
Valiant,
obviously.
whatever.
Yep. Um, and even though she's this android, cold-blooded robot that's supposed to have no emotions, she kind of does. They could do something there. 17 as well. Like,
Yeah, he's a beast now, right? Like he's a beast, and like he's
yeah,
almost
and he has
helping
his
other
own family
animals.
too.
Uh-huh.
They could do something there. They can play with that, where prior it was just like, okay, I'm sending, like you said, they're here to take orders. Um, and they never played on that. Like, it was just take orders. There wasn't this whole like, well, why the hell are you taking orders? Like, why are you just this mindless robot? Don't you want to have your own don't you want to be your own person?
Yeah,
But
they even said it
I do.
like free will, right? Like your free
Some people
will.
just want to see the world burn.
Yeah.
Your free will. I think it was
Uh,
Goku saying that of like, where's your free will? You're just a slave to Jiro. And there's something there.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like there's
yeah,
something there. And but
dude.
the movie says that line and then never touches it again.
Yeah, and then let's go back to fighting.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
back to fighting.
And the thing is, like, we've seen them be able to actually tell a story. Like the Bardock movie wasn't a long movie. Was the fighting the best? It probably wasn't. It probably wasn't. But I enjoyed the story, and I felt like Bardock is a deep character. There's layers to him. He's a I don't know if confused, but he has inner demons that he's battling with.
Mhm.
Like at 13 doesn't have no demons he's battling with. He's here to
Ruthless
dance.
killing machine.
Yeah, he's just a killing machine.
But what
You
has he
know,
killed? What has he killed? How do we know
well,
that?
yeah, he hasn't killed
What is
any.
he, he hasn't
Well,
killed
that's what
anything.
he's designed to do.
Yeah,
Like that's all
Okay.
he's there to be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
he
he's
doesn't
just
have a
designed.
resume.
No,
He
of
doesn't have a
course not. Well, we
resume.
don't know. We won't know
We
because we
don't.
don't know where these guys are from.
Yeah, we
And
don't
apparently,
know
we're
the
born in
little
that
one and the bigger
chamber.
one too.
Yeah. But I feel like they could. They could tell a story, and like they did with Bardock. But I tell you this: if they redid any of the three movies that I've watched, and actually that's a question for you guys: which of the three movies that we've watched would you like be redone in modern time with a little bit more development? A little more effort, let's say.
Bardock, easily. Because this movie is literally just, even if they did develop on those characters, we already know how it's gonna go. They fight. Goku's gonna end up winning. We know what it is. I mean, they're androids. Definitely the Bardock one. That one to me is, if they would have expanded on that, whew, that would have been killer, man.
Yeah. How about you, Chewing?
Well, we've seen Evolution, the Bardock in this one,
Bardock
right?
in this one.
To be remade.
Yeah,
I'll,
remade and
I'll,
maybe expanded on a little bit.
I'll say Evolution. I'd like to see a good, solid live action Dragon Ball Z movie with some effort.
Came out. Yeah, yeah. I
I'd like to
mean,
see that. I like Bardock, but I'd like to see that more.
yeah. I mean, definitely. Let's just say you can't get. They hit rock bottom with Evolution, so they can't. It can't get any worse. Like
Mhm.
it can't do worse than it already did. I would also say Bardock, but what I was trying to get to is they have a few things there. Like they've laid some nice points that they could expand on. Even Evolution, like the actual cinematic display is not that great, but there are pieces of story there that could be told a little bit better, that
Mhm.
you could make sense out of. Um, and I feel like the Dragon Ball, they kind of they like to stay in their lane, or they like to stay in a lane that
But
plays it
they're
very
safe. They're
safe.
safe zone.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we know if
Mhm.
we give
We
them
know we
fighting,
may not get new fans with this movie,
we
We're
but
just
the
keeping the ones we
Dragon
got.
Ball Z fans know what to expect with this movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's exactly what this film is. It's just like it is just
Yeah.
this is our formula. We're sticking to our guns, and that's it.
Mhm.
That.
Exactly.
Which
Yeah.
you'd like to
It's
see.
I mean, and I feel like we're gonna probably feel this way on pretty much all these movies, that they had a good, like there was something there, but they just could not fulfill it. And I
I don't
think
know
it's just
about
because
Broly, dude. I
they.
think we're gonna struggle with Bio Broly.
I'm not even gonna mention that.
I
That
haven't,
the
I
one
haven't
is
even
that's an
seen that. I haven't
anomaly
even
where
seen
I'm
that.
not even gonna.
Oh man.
I don't even know what it's about. I just
I
know
don't.
it.
It looks like a swamp monster. That's
Yeah.
literally when I saw that. I'm like,
All
like,
right,
I'm not looking forward to that
we're
one.
gonna jump. We're gonna jump into that one at one point.
We
Yeah, we're
certainly
gonna have
are.
to.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think they do. There's always promise with some of the characters they introduce. Last week we talked about Bardock's team. Me personally, I like 13 and I like 15.
Mhm.
Uh, and I wish they could. There are characters that shoot. I would rather trade some of the stories from the main storyline, some of the characters from the main storyline, with some of the movie characters, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, get Bergamo out of here, bro. I'm sorry. Get Bergamo from Super. Get that man out of here and bring Super 13. Like, I'll take that. Or 15. Like, um, you know, get Android 19 out of here, right? Like, don't give me that trash. Get him out of here and give me one of
15.
these androids that we saw. I just think there's some nice characters there in the movie. There's a nice pool of characters in the movies that I wish they would expand on more, but
Yeah, man. I
it
think
is
that's
what
what
it
the
is.
special should be about, right? It's like it's introducing you to new characters and giving,
Yeah,
giving you
that's the one thing I will say.
giving you a new ride. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it sucks because
Something different, a little
they did give
different.
it they did give that to us, but it's just not like
Not enough.
not
Mm.
enough.
Like,
It's
well, it's like, okay, you guys want to rest on your laurels, like fighting, whatnot. That's fine. Goku's
Fine.
power,
Yeah.
that's fine. But why not? Then why make movies? Because we
Mhm.
already see that in the series, literally the whole way through. Literally the whole way through.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't understand why make movies. Like, and I'm probably gonna ask that. Well, for most of these movies, just like
What was this
I would
made?
have been. Well, it's like, to me, it's like Android 13, Super Android 13, for the build. Like Android 13 came in hot, like he was the beast.
Hmm.
See where the trucker hat gets flipped
Yeah.
off of his head. For all that hype, like all this power up and everything to get Super Android 13 ready. Like, not only is he juiced up with two other androids, but there's like not, he literally doesn't move from where he stands the whole time. I feel like
Yeah.
he literally does
He's
not move
fighting
from
from
where
one
he's.
position.
Yeah, no momentum or anything. And it's like you literally could have, like I was telling Kik, is like you guys could have had Goku charging up 5-7 minutes of the movie and let Trunks and Vegeta just have an all-out fight with them in Super Saiyan, like a full-on, like a good fight, like where it's just havoc and wrecked.
There's a little bit of
Like that would have
teamwork
been,
there.
you know what I'm saying? Like that would have been, where the father-son Gallic gun does just enough to buy him time to launch off the spirit bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
Some like, because if you look at this movie, it's literally what the series is. Everyone sets up everyone gets set up for Goku to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this formula is no different from the series. So I want to know is why did you make the movie? Like, what were your intentions of making this movie? What did you care? Like, did you want it just to be just like the series? Because I mean, that's what you accomplished. And if so, then why make it? Why not just let the series roll on?
Yeah, even the way that he becomes a fusion monster, like I thought that was done pretty lazy as well. I'm like, well, why didn't they just do that from the beginning? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
why didn't you just fuse from the beginning?
Why not just make this dude a beast from the beginning and wait till he's ready to go and then just go? Like, or just wait till all three of them were ready to go and send all three of them after Goku right from the beginning. Well,
and has this always been a skill for androids where they can like? I didn't even realize that they could fuse. I'm like,
I don't think so.
When did this guy
actually
get this skill?
It's a good question because 17 does that in GT. So
yeah, but that's not the canon one, right? Like that's some other.
It's not canon. Yeah, so I don't know if this is a thing, but it may be. Maybe they can fuse. I don't know.
It's gonna be one of those questions that
we'll never find out.
One of those great questions that never have an answer.
All right.
Reviews, yeah.
Let's do it. Bless, you got.
Alrighty.
We tasked Bless with getting some reviews, so we might have some juicy ones here.
So, do you guys want me to start off with the 10 out of 10 or the 1 out of 10?
Either one, dude.
You got it.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the good one because I don't know how it's 10 out of 10. All right. So it's called "It's Good to Be Bad." It says warning. There's spoilers. The first movie to take place during the time where future Trunks was around and the first Dragon Ball movie I have ever watched. Oh, yeah. Here's the plot. Goku, his wife, his son, and their friends go shopping in the mall. Unfortunately, however, androids 14 and 15 attack Goku. So Goku and Trunks take the fight to the two androids to the Arctic, with the two androids to the Arctic. How do they get there so quick? I don't know. It's irrelevant. With Gohan and Krillin coming along for the ride. Android 13 appears and takes on Goku, but Vegeta and Piccolo come in as backup. But once Vegeta and Trunks take down Android 14 and 15, Android 13 merges with their parts with him to enter his final form. Will the Z fighters be able to take him down? All hopes rest on Goku's Spirit Bomb. But will that be enough? This is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, by the way, these reviews are short. This is one of my favorite Dragon Ball movies in the Dragon Ball franchise, and it's also what got me into Dragon Ball in the first place. Yes, even after Dragon Ball Z Abridged, the fights are amazing. The storyline gets straight to the point, and the soundtrack is in the movie. I'm not going to say this part because it's cursing. And the way Goku kills Android 13 is so satisfying. Spirit Bomb Super Saiyan Forever. Hashtag, yo. Bottom line, overall, this is one of the best.
Get this short review out of here.
Yeah, I told you guys. Bottom line, overall, this is the best Dragon Ball movie ever made. And in my opinion, if you ever have to start watching Dragon Ball movie in any order, start with this one. By the end of the movie, and once you see in the finale, you won't be disappointed, and that's a promise.
Oh,
gosh. There's so much there, it's so rich.
All right, and then let me just get this one out of the way. This is the 1 out of 10. The worst Dragon Ball Z movie of all time. After hearing so many good things about this movie, I was sure I was going to be in for a real treat. Now, after watching it twice, I wonder, what were all these people smoking? This film is horrible with bad music and a horrible story and uninspiring characters. The fight between Goku, Trunks, Vegeta, and the new androids were horribly uneven. The three of them were getting beaten up badly by the androids even after going Super Saiyan, which was very cliche. Which has a very cliche scene of Trunks and Vegeta just barely defeating their android opponent. What surprises me is Trunks is actually able to kill Android 14 with his useless sword. Anyway, I won't spoil the ending, but since there is nothing worth spoiling, I'll just delve into more bad points. First, the Japanese title of the film, The Three Super Saiyan, is one of the most misleading titles in existence.
Hey, there you go.
the three of them only go Super Saiyan for 1 minute. No, I'm not kidding. They only stay in Super Saiyan form for a single minute. And even though the movie is horribly short and that's not much time, also the film is donated to Krillin acting like an idiot. He serves no purpose but to be the butt of the writer's cruel jokes, like him almost having his face fried by a stray energy blast. The ending is unwatchable. I'm going to say there is no way Goku should be able to defeat Super 13 the way he did. Bottom line. If you bought the DVD, I have two suggestions. One, sell it at a movie dealer if they're actually crazy enough to buy it. Or two, use it as a frisbee. Avoid, avoid, avoid.
Well, thank you for the recommendations, whoever that was with the DVD purchase. How do we feel? How do we feel about those reviews?
I mean, they're both right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're both. Yeah, I would say the last one was a little bit more on a spot on in my opinion, but I'm on that end of the spectrum.
It just depends on what type of bias a fan. Like, if you're a huge fan, I think this movie, you love it. Like, this is exactly what you know what you're getting into. But if you're looking for something a little more, which, like I said, the title is what very misleading.
Yeah.
And what this movie delivers, I would say they're both right. They both have good points. I don't think it was a 10 out of 10 by any means, but I don't think it was a 1 out of 10 either.
I don't think this would also be the first film. If you were to introduce your friend to Dragon Ball like stories, dude, never show this one to your friends. Let them figure this one out on their own.
Go watch the Vegeta versus Goku arc or the.
Well, maybe they should watch it early because you get spoiled by those crazy power. Maybe the movie won't be. We're watching, like I said, 20 years later, seeing the Super Saiyan Blues.
That's true,
man. I don't know. I think I was a little more. The second one you read was a little harsh, but brought up some valid points.
Yeah,
I mean the misleading title, misleading
1
titles.
minute of Super Saiyan screen time.
Exactly, 1 minute of Super Saiyan. Like, there's just the short time, like only it only being 45 minutes or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, there are more movies to watch. I personally think there are better ones out there that we're going to watch, and I know for a fact that there are worse ones that we're going to watch.
Okay, we'll see.
We will find out. But should we wrap it up? What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's give it the rating and then
Dragon Ball rating.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. All right. Well, Blessings, you read out the reviews. Why don't you go first?
I'll give this one 4.
A 4 out of 7. Okay. Chewy.
I give this a 2.
Okay.
2 star. It is the only thing that's saving this thing from a 1 is the fact that I mildly enjoyed 13. That's and I like the little guy, and that's
so those 15 and 13. Those are the only two exactly.
That's the only redeemable quality of this movie for me. Other than that, it could easily be a 1. But I also know that we're gonna see another film, so I'm trying to be consistent with my rating system. And if this is the worst, I don't think that this is gonna be the worst one. So I don't want to give it a 1.
You're saving your 1 for the actual.
Yeah. So, but it's a very low 2. I'll tell you that. It's a very low 2 for me.
Like, it barely made it to 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be like a 1.9999.
Pretty much. Yeah. I thought this movie was horrible.
I'm gonna have to go 2 as well. Just because, and I never thought that I would rate something. Maybe I gave Evolution too much credit, because now I feel like I should have given Evolution a 1. But I'm gonna have to go 2. I felt like it's like there's things there that I wish they could expand on, but if you never actually execute, if you don't deliver, then it's just not, it's never gonna be satisfying. So I'm looking forward to see Fusion Reborn, right? That's the one we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I gave that real quick, the reason I gave it a 4 is I actually enjoyed the film or the movie, but it's nothing different than the series. Like, literally nothing different than the series that we've been watching this whole time.
Yeah,
I'm a pretty lenient grader.
yeah.
You got what you wanted. You got what you got what you signed up for.
I knew what I was in for.
Yeah.
I mean, could they have delivered more? Of course.
Yeah.
But
I'm starting to get scared that we're not going to give a 7.
I didn't want to put it above Bardock because I really did enjoy Bardock's story.
Yeah.
And even with all its choppy flaws, it's way better story than this one.
And I'm starting to get worried that we might not find a 7 in this.
I told you
in this collection.
I think Bardock was my only chance to give a 7, and I think I missed it. I think I missed that boat.
Well, because it doesn't deserve it, to be honest. I mean,
it doesn't.
We can't we can't just give it because all the other movies suck. Like,
right?
They didn't elaborate on the characters. Like Dragon Ball Z. Unfortunately, Dragon Ball Z and movies, it's like oil and water, bro.
Yeah,
they don't mix for some reason.
Movies should be like in quotation marks, right? Like it's movies.
This is a long
episode.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if at this time, like they were just like, this is not going above 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It's close to 50 minutes. We're gonna start. There's gonna be a lot of layoffs in this studio. A lot of layoffs if this thing goes past 50 minutes. It's like, well, what do you expect to accomplish in one episode? Because that's really what it is. It's like an episode and a half of a runtime.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like
you have to choose a direction. They didn't choose a direction in this film.
Bro, Dragon Ball Z fans, you'd be surprised. Like, with the fact that this many people enjoyed this movie, imagine if they would have gave 13 a story. Like 15, 20 minutes top to cover the androids, how they got there, a little bit about them.
Yeah.
What
that goes a long way with this fan base.
Yeah, like it's like, dude, like the thing is, like, an android killing machine, you already did a whole saga on that. Literally a whole saga on that.
Yep.
Why did you need to add more?
Yep.
Like, why did you have to add more if you're not going to give them any backstory?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just agree. Like, and that's kind of why I said unadventurous. Like, it just sticks to its cookie cutter kind of themes.
Yeah.
Play it safe.
New villains. They're tough. They're very tough. They're all getting handled. And then, of course, Goku saves the day.
Yeah, because it takes effort to put. Yeah, exactly. It's just a formula. It takes effort to write a story for a character and bring that character to life.
God forbid. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I got a doctor's appointment to get to pretty soon. So, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening. If you've watched the movie, let us know what you guys thought about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it, was it okay in between? Leave us any comments, any feedback, any suggestions, any questions if you're watching it and if you're watching this on YouTube. We did have Chiween, you talked we had a bloke or a gal, I'm not sure, that wrote a comment last week talking about, they were looking forward to us doing Fusion Reborn. So that will be for next week. Thank you, commenter, for letting us know that you were excited for this movie. We apologize that it will be pushed back to next week, but we look forward to reviewing that, and hopefully you listen. But yeah, we'll leave our Twitter handles down in the description and YouTube. And with that, gentlemen, if you have any closing thoughts, you can go ahead and say them. If not, we can go on, dip out.
I will say, just if you're listening to whatever platform you're listening to, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you get all our episodes every week. So if you're listening to Apple or Google, hit the subscribe button so you get it every week. Don't forget to do that. And if you can, leave us a rating. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave us a rating in the podcast section, wherever it is that you listen to it. Leave us a rating.
Yeah,
tell us how you feel about the movie.
No. Mm-hmm. And tell us if we need to improve on something. We won't know if we don't hear it from you guys. Trust me, we have thick skin. If what? What'd you say? Did you say something about the thumbnail or what?
It was like thumbnails.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I knew it.
You're the one that brought it up, so I was like, well, someone's gonna bring that up.
Yeah, dude, the thumbnails. Nah. Now we got thick skin. If you guys want to rip us a new one, we'll be able to take it and we'll improve our podcast. But yeah, you guys know how to reach us. Twitter, YouTube. Like Chewing said, you can listen to us on any platform, and please go ahead and review us or leave us a review. And yeah, until next week, stay safe. All right.
Catchphrase.
Later. Yeah.